How's everybody doing today? I know you can't speak, but just go ahead and drop it in the chat. I usually like to start my classes off kind of filling the room first. So I'm good. I'm good. I'm working already this morning. You know, being in technology, I feel like you just work 24/7. So that's what I started my day with, just work. So let me go ahead and share my screen and kind of get this party started. So how much do you know about this session already? You kind of just know the title. Can anybody answer the first question? Where did I get see? I think therefore I am. Anybody know what philosopher that came from? No, nobody knows philosophy. Plato, close. Has anybody heard of Descartes? So Descartes was basically kind of trying to see where consciousness kind of come from, consciousness for the human brain, or where existence comes from. And he kind of started with the initial thought, I think, therefore I am. So if you're thinking, you're existing in a sense, because you have thoughts, you have emotions, you have cognizant abilities. So that's where I kind of got the title from, just because problem solving in technology is probably the most important skill you can have. You can have all the technology, you have all the technical skills in the world, but if you can't solve problems, you're not going to make it very far inside of coding, inside of technology, anything like that. So I wanted to start the session off just to talk about problem solving. Not talking about anything technical, but just really about the thought process of problem solving. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. 1 second, share my screen. Let me bring this over here actually. There we go. Share my screen. All right. So we have problem solving for developers. My name's Calvin Jones. I'm the founder of TechUK and Code Black Indie. You probably hopefully heard of both of those organizations, teaching kids and adults how to get into technology, basically kind of sharpening those technology skills, making them more employable for technical companies. So today we will start off with me, basically. All right. I just want to tell you a little bit about myself personally and also professionally. Okay. So my name's Calvin Jones. If you don't know that, hello. How are you guys doing this morning? Hopefully you drink your coffee. I enjoy boxing. I love teaching tech skills. I don't know, I put teaching skills, but teaching tech skills. Watching horror movies. I'm like a horror movie junkie. Um, love playing Battlefield. The box, I do like the box. I love playing Battlefield, Call of Duty, Halo. I just played Halo for the Halo Infinite for the first time last night, and it's so fun. So if you guys play Halo or Battlefield or Call of Duty, I have my gamer tag at the bottom. I'll be on tonight. Please add me. Take out your phones. Hop on the Xbox app right now. Add me, please. And don't get your feelings hurt too. I'm pretty good. I play Vanguard. I play Battlefield 1920. PS4. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna mute you for today. I played Battlefield 2042, Call of Duty Vanguard, Halo Infinite. So if you play Battlefield and Call of Duty, if you have a PC, I don't have my Activision tag, so I should have dropped that. But if you have an Xbox, please add me. For my career, I graduated from Butler University in 2014 with a degree in science, technology, and society. After that, I became an iOS developer, making making iPhone applications for a while, a little bit over 4 months. However, I got a little homesick because I was down in Atlanta making these iPhone apps. So I came back here and I started working for Salesforce. I worked there for 4 years, decided to go on the other side of the platform and actually start implementing it. So I started working for Infosys. Worked for Aperio for a little bit. I left Aperio, started Code Black Indie, and also started my for-profit Universe Inspired. Um, and then also I started a third nonprofit called Tech UK Indianapolis. And then finally, I came back to working for a company. It's a Salesforce partner called Horizontal. I'm a technical consultant. So if you guys know anything about Salesforce, I basically build out Salesforce solutions for companies. So if you buy Salesforce as a product, you need somebody like me to set it up. So you'll talk to me on a daily basis, tell me your pain points, tell me what you're hoping to look for this new platform, and I will build that out for you. All right, we got any questions about my life or career? No, that's sad. That's sad. I'm pretty interesting. I think so. All right, next slide. All right, so what is problem solving? Why does it matter? All right, anybody know Steve Jobs? Everybody should know Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs once said, everyone in this country should learn to program a computer because it teaches you how to think. Because programming, you have to solve problems every day. Anybody codes on a daily basis here in the group today? Anybody code every day, or at least once a week? I used to. Well, let's start again. What's keeping you from starting again? All right. Well, you always have time to start. To start coding in your free time. However, coding kind of teaches those building blocks of problem solving, just with taking those customer requirements and then personally, actually, as you write that code, you have a lot of problems to solve. Just because data may not be coming back how you want it to be, so you have to create another component to kind of format that data. That's a problem you to solve. However, or the API call may not be coming through correctly, so you may have to change the call from to SOAP to REST. That's a problem solving. And you have to communicate that with your team too. So problem solving is kind of a group of components versus one single issue. So when you have problem solving, you have to have good communication, because once you solve this problem, you have to relay this back to your team and the client also in a clear, concise manner. Just because the customer may not be too technical, so you don't want to go into the details. However, you want to tell them the high level overview of that problem. All right, so keep coding, because it's going to teach you how to solve problems quick and on the fly. All right, why does it matter? Why does problem solving matter? Creating an application that meets the end user goals, it helps you kind of complete that. We talked about that in our last slide. Communicating effectively with your team members to delegate work. Just like I said, once you actually solve that problem, you have to communicate these things to your teams and your client too. And once you solve that problem, you may have other smaller problems that you cannot solve, but your teammates can. So you have to delegate out that work, or break that problem into smaller problems so you can resolve those. Finding and fixing bugs in the code, and meeting tight deadlines for clients. And problem solving isn't always technical. Sometimes there's human elements that you have to solve. For instance, if you have somebody going on vacation and you know that your deadline is coming up, you have to solve that problem, because you don't want to pass that deadline. You don't want to kind of hinder him while he's on vacation. So you have to kind of problem solve with him and find the best solution going forward. Maybe you do push the project back, or maybe you guys sit down in a working session and knock out that problem before he goes on vacation. However, it's important to communicate these things to your clients and teams. Why should engineers work on problem solving? Why? Can somebody help me answer that question? Why should engineers work on problem solving? We talked about coders, but why should engineers? I think they have bigger problems to solve. I think engineers and coders have the same mindset, however, different sets of problems. Many developers think of becoming a better problem solver means able to solve bigger problems faster. But that's not true. It means being able to find the best solution to the problem and then put that solution in practice. Okay? So putting that solution in practice. Just because you solve a problem doesn't mean the problem is solved. Now you have to work with the client in resolving that issue. Maybe it's on their side, or maybe it's on your side. You have to figure that out quickly and delegate those tasks to who you think should fix those. And learning to do that is a great way to become a better developer overall. And while soft skills can be more difficult to learn and improve upon the hard skills, there are still some tips and tricks that can help you solve those problems. So I'm going to tell you 6 ways to get better at problem solving. And then after this, we're going to go into a little activity too. I have a little activity to kind of mix it up a little bit. Solve a lot of problems a lot of different ways. There's so many different ways to solve a problem inside of Salesforce. You can create a trigger, a custom trigger, write some code, create a custom trigger. If you're not good at coding, you can create a process where it's basically drag and drop into automate some kind of field validation or field value population or something like that. And then you also have flows. Flows may solve your problem better than triggers or process builder. It all depends. The way I like to teach technical skills is every technical skill you have is a tool in your toolbox. Okay, you have your hammer, and for a coder, a hammer could be building a for loop. And then you have your screwdriver. For a programmer, a screwdriver can be writing a REST call. And then you have your drill. A drill could be, let's say, encrypting a variable. Since you know how to do these things, you have tools in your toolbox. So now I learned how to parse a JSON payload. Well, that's a tape measure I could put in my toolbox and take out when I need it. So think about your technical skills like that, because you want to use your toolbox to solve these problems. All right, and you have a lot of tools, and you solve these in a lot of different ways. So when you solve these problems in a lot of different ways, it prevents you from getting comfortable with one problem-solving method or one framework. All right, and I have a funk doing this too. However, you have to get out that funk a lot of the times, because your clients are looking for innovative ways to solve these problems, or innovative ways to solve their business problems. So you want to get used to kind of thinking broadly about these situations. As we already know, in the world of software development, there's definitely no one-size-fits-all for all solutions. As you guys know, there's so many ways to parse a JSON payload. There's so many ways to send an API call over the internet. When you regularly practice problem solving, different types of problems and different platforms, it reinforces the fact that you can always rely on the same techniques. When you say same techniques, I'm talking about that tool bag. Be confident in your tool bag. Make sure you sharpen your tools. Make sure you sharpen the drill. Make sure you have new batteries in your drill. All right. So those kind of go hand in hand with kind of keeping up with those technical skills. All right. It forces you to learn and be flexible and to choose the best tool or framework for each job. Okay. Does anybody understand the whole toolbox and technical skills kind of conception I posed? Does it make sense? Good. Because you want to think about that, because the more tools you have in your toolbox, the more things you can build, right? So make sure you have plenty of tools, and make sure you sharpen those tools and work on those tools on a daily basis. All right. Solving problems in context other than work. All right. I have a story. So I think I'm a problem solver. All right. However, I don't think everybody thinks that sometimes. So one time, me and my wife were arguing, and I told her I solve problems, and it didn't go well. Trust me. But they kind of show you that being a problem solver transitions to outside of work too. Because my brain thinks about, I have a problem. What ways can I solve this problem? I don't think about, well, how happens if this happens? What happens if this happens? I think about, how can I solve this problem? How fast can I solve this problem? And basically that's it. All right. And it kind of transitions to outside of work. It does make me better, but in more emotional situations, problem solving always doesn't mean the right answer, if that makes sense. All right. So this doesn't need to be a chore. There's a lot of fun ways to practice problem solving by doing math, logic puzzles, solving crossword puzzles, or playing a game like chess, or playing Halo, or Call of Duty, or Battlefield. I solve problems all the time. It may be with my M1 Grand, but I solve a lot of problems that way on Call of Duty. There's also many opportunities to practice problem solving, just like you live day to day. You broke something around the house, use problem solving these are problem solving skills to do it yourself. So to build things. I love doing DIY projects just because I'm a technical person and I love tinkering around. I've been really interested in circuits lately. So I've been soldering and trying different electrical components. So that kind of helps with my problem solving because now I'm learning in a different environment where coding is used, but it's not the first thing you rely on. You rely on that technical knowledge of electricity, voltages, um, resistors, and current to kind of solve those problems. Why isn't these things powering on? So on and so forth. All right. Learn from the past and apply them to new problems. Experience is needed. Experience is the best tool for problem solving. I can tell you can have all the tools in your toolbox. However, if you don't have experience, you don't know when to use those tools. So get that experience. So I know somebody said that they used to code in coding classes. However, you have to. You're not going to sharpen your skills every time you get into class. The most learning you do as a computer programmer or anybody technical is outside of class, is outside of work. It's those problems that you're passionate about that you're willing to push that extra mile to resolve. For instance, I was having trouble putting iterating through a list. However, it still didn't work, but I tried 50 million things and I found out that it's a software bug, so I wasn't able to do it. However, probably would have never made it that far if I didn't have a passion for this project to even go that far. So remember, those activities or projects you do in class is not going to push your skills. It's the projects you decide to do on your own that's going to help you kind of solve those problems. All right. So experience. As you keep practicing problem solving as much as possible, you'll want to see a pattern emerge in problems you solve. I see it all the time. I usually move too fast, and I was like, well, I should have implemented that a long time ago, or I should have did it this way. You'll build up a sort of a toolkit fulfilled within solutions you'll find and use in the past. So I'm talking about the toolkit. Take out your tools like, hey, I remember using this hammer to resolve this problem. Maybe I should use this hammer again. Okay. And you'll be able to apply those solving new problems. This part is used just as important to find a solution in the first place because the more practice you're growing problem solving skills. The more natural it becomes to apply the right solution to different types of problems, making you able to solve new problems and more quickly and still using the best possible solves. All right, ask other for feedback. This is very important, especially in problem solving, because you're never the smartest person in the room. And if you are the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Right? And I say this because you have other experience on your team that can help you solve these problems. The first thing I do when I come across a problem, I do my due diligence. I Google, I kind of go through my toolkit and see if I can fix it. But if I can't, you have to go to your teammates and ask how they solved similar problems in the past, because they may shed some light where you missed. All right, so always remember, be collaborative. I know a lot of us developers like to be in our box and not like to talk to anybody, but you grow once you reach outside your comfort zone. All right, does it make sense? How are we feeling today? All right, is this informative, or are you guys ready to jump into the game? All right. All right, we got one more slide. All right, train the problem solving part of your brain. This is very important because you guys are hired problem solvers. All right. Most companies that hire you, they have a problem with their software and they want to resolve. A good move for a developer who wants to invest in problem solving skill is to schedule time throughout the week to work on problem solving skills. My time, I usually play with circuits. I usually research different solutions on the internet. However, there's easier ways to do that. You can do a puzzle. I do build puzzles with my daughter, so I guess that qualifies as one. You could do chess. Heck, you can even play the game. I think one player games, especially like God of War or Tomb Raider, those are great problem solving games. I was stuck on Tomb Raider for like 2 days just because I didn't see this little thing that was shining, and before you know it, you start kind of connecting those dots. But you kind of understand that. You guys play those one player games where you kind of you don't know where to go, and they don't really give you hints. You kind of got to solve those problems yourself. Have anybody ran into that problem before? What game? What game gave you that problem? Dark Souls. I like that game. God of War. Yep. Last of Us 2. That's a good game. Tomb Raider is frustrating. It is, but I liked it though. I really like Tomb Raider. I beat it. Little Nightmares. That's a good one because you got to sneak around and you got to be very crafty. Knights of the Old. That's a really good game. I played that last winter. I beat it like in 3 days. I just bought it on Xbox. Beat it like 3 days. Dead by Daylight. I played that for a little bit, but it's got really boring to me. Just a serial killer chasing me. Lego Star Wars. I haven't played that yet. I should. GTA 5? That's pretty self-explanatory. All right. Apex, I can talk about games all day. I can do this all day. Let's keep moving on, okay? All right. So let's talk about practicing other skills. Dying Light. That's a good one. That's a scary game. Practice other skills related to problem solving. Flexibility, critical thinking, communication, teamwork. Focus on building and practicing all these skills because it's going to help you build out a good problem solving skill set. Problem solving is the most necessary skill for developers to have. With timing, practice, and dedication, you can improve yours and constantly and keep becoming better. All right. So please make sure you play all those games. What do you say? Make sure you beat GTA 5. Make sure you guys beat Little Nightmares and all these games because it's going to help you with these problem solving. All right. Don't let anybody tell you that games don't help you with problem solving. All right. It's time for activity. Yeah, activity. I can hear all your screams from over the computer. All right. So we're going to talk about long walks on the beach. Who likes long walks on the beach? Now, I was going to say the same thing. I never ran on the beach, but walking on the beach, I hate the sand in my toes. And then you got to now you got sand everywhere. I still have sand in my car from the last time I went to the beach in Savannah. So I just keep sand everywhere. It just gets everywhere. Go to Florida. Okay. Seagulls are annoying and they'll attack you too. Watch out for those seagulls. And they'll take your food too. I almost had to chase a seagull one day. But anyway, as I digress, let's go hop into our first game. And where is this at? Go to game. Oops. All right. If everybody can go ahead and click on this link. Then I can go ahead and explain this to you. So let me know once you guys log into that little world. All right. Is this blocked? Are you guys at school? Oh man, I didn't know that. Okay. Some of you guys are in. See, I didn't think through that.
Calvin, what if for the kids that have it blocked, you and them can be one person on your shared screen?
Yeah, let's do that. All right. So I'm going to walk you guys through 5 short activities, fun activities, very fun, I think so. All right. So how will it work? Usually you'll be accumulating in teams, but just for time purposes, we're not gonna be in teams. However, everybody who can't log in, you guys are gonna be in my team, okay? So let me go ahead and duplicate this. And drag it over to here. Perfect. All right. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. Good. All right. You'll be activating teams, but we're not going to do that. There are instructions how to complete each activity on each game page. Submit your team responses, and you have once you have completed all activities. I'll give you time to update throughout the session. Okay. No questions. All right. So if you guys see my screen, by the end of this session, you'll need to have a team name and we like statement that summarizes one thing that your team enjoys. Okay. So when I say team, I mean individual. You guys. All right. IG, we're a team Rolling Sunsets, and we like long walks on the beach. To help some creative inspiration on the team, we want you to use a word associated game. One person starts by picking a word, and then the next person says a word that comes to their head. Do 2 laps around the team and see where you end up. So I want you to do two laps around yourself. So turn around real fast and do a lap around yourself. All right. IG, cat, person, video, person, meme, person, funny, etc. Once you complete this, move to the next activity. So let's go. Oh. All right. So each picture, emoji sequence represents a movie title. As a team, figure out all 6 movie titles. Okay. So we have the scary face. We have this is kind of self-explanatory. Snakes on a plane. We have whales and oceans. We have food, prayer hands, and heart. Ooh, that's long. That's a hard one. We have a finger, a clock, and I don't even know what it's called, a movie kind of thing. And then we have a person walking under dotted line. Walk the line. I don't know. I don't know what movie. I don't know how many movies you guys seen, but Eat, Pray, Love. Honestly, I think that may. I don't know. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna give you guys 5. Well, I'll give you guys 4 minutes. Okay. Mm. Is anybody gonna get number 5? I think that's gonna be the hardest one, honestly. He said the last one's easy. Ratchet and Clank the movie. Okay. Walk the line. Okay. Can anybody get number 5? Scream is a movie. Man, you guys are young. Wow. You're shooting shots down. They're air balls, but at least you're shooting. Forrest Gump. Okay. Okay. All right, you got submitting answers? Make sure you submit your answers down at the bottom. Oops. I mean, no, take that back. Don't submit your answers yet. We have to get through all of them. Sorry. It's called a clapperboard. Huh. Thank you for this insightful information. I did not know that. Nope, just go back. Go back. Just click back if you submitted it. All right. Actually, that's actually a good guess. Final Destination. That is actually a really good guess. But it's not it. That's not it. Okay. Let's go to our next activity. All right. Interpret this. Each team member quickly looks at the image. Say what immediately comes to your mind. It is a cocoon. Coconuts, Brian from Batman, Butterfly, Elton John, others. I think it's like Ant-Man. Gas mask, I do see it. I do see the gas mask. All right, just drop your answers inside the chat. Right with the beard, Mr. Freeze, Fish, Octane, Explosion, Mad Max, Butterfly, okay, Mouse, I can see that. A crab, I know. I can see a crab. A stormtrooper, I can see that. Oh, shoot. Hold on a second. Okay. I originally thought of gas mask, but also it's like a naked mole rat. Never seen a naked mole rat in real life, so I wouldn't know. But let's keep going on. Let's keep going because we don't have that much time left. This one, you guys are gonna like this activity. All right, equating prefaces. All right, so we have to go line by line and basically kind of figure out what is it saying. So we have coffin, we have ink minus the K plus eel minus the E. Minus the L. What could that be? Oh, good. Coffee. Coffee. It is coffee. All right. So number two. Letter B. We have a teacher minus chef minus the F minus the R. T. Good. There we go. You guys are getting it. All right. We got C. All right. We have a wing minus the G plus egg minus the two G's. Wine. Good job. Yes, it is. All right. You got D. D. This is going to be a hard one. This is going to be a very hard. I don't think nobody can get this. Actually, I'm not going to help you. I'm not even going to help you with the Max. You are good. You are really good. Good job. You got it right. You got some smart people in here. Wow, you guys are lightning fast. You guys are smart. I wish I was that smart back when I was your age. Kombucha. Anybody drink kombucha? I yes, never again. I could probably see why never again. It's not that bad. Kombucha is not that. If you can drink sparkling water, you can drink kombucha. Yeah, if you drink what is it called, Larixa, like it tastes like static TV. You can drink kombucha. Yes, it is. Okay, I have so much fun. We got me in person one day. Okay, truth or lie. All right. Well, we really can't do this because we're not in the teams. So hold on. Let's see if we have one more activity after this one. Okay. So we could do truth or lies, but however, since we're not in like a group setting, how about I'll say this so when we meet, if we ever meet in person, sound good? We'll meet in person one day. I promise you. I'm here. I'm around the city all the time. All right. So we're not gonna do this one. However, we could probably do this. I guys want you to kind of, instead of teams, your individual identities. Okay. So like I want to say, what is your team name? So think of a name for yourself that embodies yourself. And then add we like or I like, and then something that you like. All right. I give you guys 3 minutes to write it in the chat. All right. So something that embodies yourself, and then I like, I don't know, I like to get 20 kills on Halo in the game. Because I do every game. No, not every game, but actually Halo's pretty hard, but we'll talk about that later. I can go all day about this. But drop these names inside the chat so I can have some entertaining things to look at while I work today. Oh, we got 4 minutes. Oh man, I was having fun too. Okay, all right, guys. Looks like. Oh, look at the QA. I'm sorry, I did not look at the QA. Oh, how would you apply problem solving to a relationship? Ooh. I don't know. You can't solve problems like a programmer relationship, so don't start with that. You have to be a lot more, have a lot more empathy, and you gotta like have your feelings involved. Just like in a programmer, being a programmer making problem solving decisions, your feelings don't get involved. But in a relationship, you have to include your feelings and their feelings. So I would say you have to add the element of feelings or emotions. And what programming language is my favorite? I work with JavaScript a lot, but I won't even. I hate JavaScript. It's just so confusing. Doesn't make sense. I would say Python. I like Python, and plus it's the future. It's big data. It's very readable. You can do a lot of cool things with it. You actually make mobile applications with it, so you can make Android and iOS applications with it. So I would say Python. All right, guys. Thank you for having me. And if you guys ever want to contact me, here I'm dropping my email in the chat. Please reach out. Even if you want to reach out for my Activision tag, that's cool. We can talk about gaming while I score 20 points on you. All right, guys. So hey, thank you for having me, and I will hopefully see you all guys soon. Okay.